chicken barbecue at noon. There's a craft fair, music by Bill Thomas, Scooter's Hotel Doyle Saloon Girls, and anything but a soapbox derby. There's fireworks and live music at Old Forestport Days this Saturday. It's time for the Cooper Group's road trip. We're traveling in a brand new 2008 Chevy Cobalt. With sporty features and more MPG, the OnStar-equipped Chevy Cobalt makes a great back-to-school choice for your college student. This week we take a road trip to our Polish heritage. Immigrants from Poland settled in Utica over many generations, each contributing to the culture and flavor of the growing city. Those who settled here found work at the textile mills and manufacturing plants, and by 1889 there were 50 Polish families residing in Utica. Soon they began to dream of their own church, to celebrate Polish holidays and worship in their own language.
In the late 1800s, the Polish community here in Utica was growing so rapidly that they wanted to build their own church, which they did, Holy Trinity. It was built to hold 500 people. Well, within a few years, by 1906, the population had grown so much that they had to build a new church that held 1,100 people, and that is the present-day Holy Trinity. The church back in 1896 was only a wooden building, about halfway up the block over here, and people were summoned to church from the entire neighborhood by the ringing of a bell, and it's this bell right here, which was from Sears and Roebuck, and it cost all of $10.
Holy Trinity Church was the mother of many daughters and soon spawned parishes throughout the region. Polish homes and veterans clubs soon followed.
The Polish are very proud of their service in the American military. In fact, here in West Utica, there is a Polish Veterans Club on Francis Street. Now, this building has quite a history of its own. Before it was the Polish Veterans Club, it was a part of Utica College, the science building. And before that, for a few of you, you may remember, it was the Francis Street School. Many were the times back in the 1970s that I would proudly march in the Pulaski Day Parade in October. It would always end up here naturally at the statue of Kazimierz Pulaski. Did you know that he is considered to be the father of the American cavalry? And when this statue was dedicated back in 1930, there were 10,000 people who gathered here for the unveiling on this little piece of land between, Pleasant Street and the Parkway. Amazing. 10,000 people to honor this very, very brave man. The Polish can be rightfully proud of their native son, who was revered for his bravery in Europe and who then was recruited by Benjamin Franklin to come to the United States to fight in the American Revolution, where he was the highest ranking officer to die in battle.
General Pulaski's name lives on in the names of streets, towns, and businesses. In West Utica, the Pulaski Meat Market is carrying on the Polish tradition. The Buława family came to America from a small village near Krakow. Nearly everything in this market is either from Poland or made here using traditional recipes from the homeland.
A few years ago, we stopped in here to the Pulaski Market. Well, because we're celebrating Polish heritage today, we thought it appropriate to come back, and it's the same as it was a couple of years ago. There are shelves and shelves of things here that are all genuine Polish. It's bustling out front here, and in the back they are smoking kielbasa and making pierogis. It is absolutely incredible in terms of Polish food. Find your way down here.
It started all with my in-laws, Irene and her husband, who passed away 9 years ago. But then we took over after he died, and well, my mother-in-law is still with us, my sister-in-law, and this is family business. So since you do the math, 35 years ago, we've been here, and I got involved through marriage.
Oh, so you married in
Yes, I got married to her son, and now we're both running it with help of our relatives. Of everything that we make here, it's made according to old Polish recipes, like the pierogi, all the gołąbki. sauerkraut. This is all grandma's recipes, our grandma's recipes. So this is business, right? So we're running this business, but it's also, you know, it's a nice tradition. Keep that tradition alive as long as we can.
The Polish tradition and its music is alive and well and on the air at WIBX.
Back in the 1940s, Sunday mornings meant really two things. One was going to church, and then the other was coming home and turning on the radio to WIBX to listen to Louis K. Bienkowski and the Polish Hour. And it was during that show I can remember vividly my mother teaching me how to do the polka in the kitchen in our house on Seymour Ave. Well, today we're going to meet the successor to Louis K. Bienkowski, Julian Noga.
Julian Noga and his son Rich host the weekly Polish show on WIBX. Julian is a Flossenburg concentration camp survivor. He and his wife were both sent to prison after their forbidden relationship was discovered by the Gestapo. You can read their incredible story in the book The Courtship of Julian and Frida. Today, Julian enjoys the time he spends with his son, bringing Polish music to the Mohawk Valley.
On the first Sunday, I listened to Mr. Louis K. Bienkowski, 1948, and we become very close friends. Mr. Bienkowski was for 56 years on that program. Start 1930 with radio station WIBX was only 5 years young. This is a really good, how you say, not money make it, you know, but hobby, let's put it this way. You talk to the people and it's very interesting.
My dad was looking for some help at the time, some assistance, and I took an interest in it, and it's worked out. To be Polish is to be proud of your heritage, and we have a very proud Polish community here, a very strong Polish community here, and this is one means of promoting Polish music, Polish culture, the traditions, and to keep that alive.
It was a real pleasure to see Julian Noga here again today. We'll be signing off at 8 o'clock this morning, and then they're going to be signing on at 8 o'clock. So when you leave our show, be sure to tune in WIBX for La Polonaise.